That's what she said.
Michael Scarn.
Remember it.
Oh. I gotta go to this fucking Christmas party tonight.
Christmas party in January?
In January? It's still not looking like Christmas yet. I don't know what the fuck's up with this.
I mean, it's the apocalypse, I'm telling you.
Yep.
There's a volcano that has erupted in the Philippines that's just demolishing all life.
Really? Ha! And we're live, people! The first one of 2020! Heck podcast! Yes! I don't even know, man.
Yes.
There is so much stuff going on right now. The world is coming to an end!
I mean...
My dog's barking.
This is the year.
Yeah.
2020.
2020. I've got 2020 vision. And
game.
we're seeing... yeah. Thanos gonna come down and snap them fingers.
I'm Team Thanos all the way.
I don't know, man. I feel like, it wouldn't be a horrible thing, especially if only if you could pick which ones would just be like, all right, he's gone. And you know what I mean?
I agree with that to some extent.
Would you snap?
But if you could pick, it would make you seem more of an asshole.
Dick. Yeah.
But, I would snap in a heartbeat.
So it just kills half of everybody.
But my snap would not incorporate anything other than human life.
Here's my question, too. If the snap happened, then in Avengers Endgame, why was still, where, I guess San Francisco, somewhere around there, it was still a shithead. It's just a shitty place. Remember Hulk was, in this cafe and it was still, an overpopulated place? Thanos didn't really do his good job.
They didn't think about that all the way.
No, I mean, shit, dude. If it was, really...
There'd be 3 people in there.
Yeah. I mean, and who the fuck's working at Starbucks? Your boss died? Maybe the CEO's gone? Definitely some higher-ups. Fuck working at that point. And why are you still working at a coffee shop?
Right.
Half the world fucking died.
Right. There would be so many jobs opening.
Yes. I don't know, man.
Cleanup crew after the apocalypse,
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I feel like it was one of the first Spider-Man movies. They got it right. Because it was, supposed to be following up the Avengers in New York or whatever. And it was, showing, the cleanup crew of, those aliens and shit. That was legit.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But I swear, dude, as far as just... They fucked up with the snap, man. They fucked it up.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm very cynical in today's world.
Me too.
But this world is overpopulated, and anybody who thinks that it's not is just in complete denial.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is. It most definitely is.
So a lot of the worldly problems we have, most of them would go away if the population of the entire planet was cut in half.
I agree, dude.
There would be no world hunger.
Yeah. I mean, shit, you'd be able to eat whatever you wanted to eat. That's
the finite resources that are going away would not be going away.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Loyalty Over Everything says it's been a while. What happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. Christmas! Freaking New Year's Eve parties. Just so many random different gatherings, man. And
right.
Then,
and they're all back-to-back Tuesdays, which is the exact day that we do our podcast.
It's the most
Christmas Eve is on Tuesday, and then the next week was New Year's Eve.
Yeah, dude, it just screwed us, man.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have a lot of stuff coming up. We'll get into it here in a minute, but we are doing whatever's on the TV right now. We're doing that. We're going to be doing more of these guys. Yowza!
That picture, I mean, it's going to be...
solidifies.
It's going to be the picture for a long time.
Yeah.
Because that one just turned out so well.
I feel like if they could put my face on my tombstone, legit, just silkscreen me onto a freaking piece of granite and put it over my burial place, that picture right there.
That's so
what
good.
I'm going for.
That's hilarious. That's back when I had blonde hair. I miss my blonde hair sometimes. Just the upkeep was just so hard.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's why I have a hat, man. I just throw a hat on. I just got so tired of fixing my hair. So I just put a hat on. But, either way, yeah, it was just, hiatus. We just took a break kind of for 3 weeks? But it's Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, and then last week it was just kind of
It kind of didn't make a lot of sense for us to get on here during those times because there wasn't a whole lot to talk about except for the holidays.
Yeah,
and everybody had already heard so
Christmas
much
and all that
about the
shit.
holidays.
Yeah,
and I mean, personally, I wanted to just get a fresh start on the new year. So
yeah, I totally agree, man. But we're gonna get into some random shit if you guys are ready to come along with us on this adventure. Here we go, people. Pow! And Skoosh. Final Fantasy Remake, just came in, has been pushed back again. Another delay in the thing. And I would read this whole thing, but it is fucking way too much stuff for me to read. So, pretty much just what they summed it up with is it's going to be April 10th. And
which is like a month or so away from the original release
date. Their original release date, they had it set for March 3rd. And they're pushing it back, I guess, a month and a week. But they're doing it for a few things. So first of all, I believe there is a holiday coming up, so people will actually be off work. A good bit of people will be off work. You don't have to take off school if you're wanting to like binge through the game or something like that. You'll be off work, I think, the following Monday or something. So that's one cool thing. And then also, they said that it is to pretty much put the finished polish on the game and deliver you the best possible experience. My question is, what could they possibly do with these last months in the video game? Like, are they still working on the actual game? Are they working on the packaging? What are they working on that's gonna really justify this? Like, what? I just wish I knew what they were actually doing, because they just said, putting the finished polish to a game. Is that coding? Debugging some shit?
Honestly, I believe that when something like this happens to a game that has been in development that long, they just fucked up somewhere along the lines.
I could see that.
And they're trying to cover their tracks.
Yeah.
Because, to me, like, when you're developing a game like this that is this massive and it's in development, when did they announce this?
Years ago, dude. What was it, 2014 or something like that?
I mean, a ridiculously long time ago.
Yeah, it was a really long time ago.
You really can't do this.
No.
It's just kind of really dumb to me that something like this happens. Like, I mean, I know they have, like, deadlines of when things are supposed to get done, and I'm sure the reason this happened is because something didn't get done in time.
Yeah, somewhere down the pipeline
and
it
fucked
up.
It pushed them back, but...
Yeah.
I mean, what's the matter?
Oh, shit.
What's the matter?
Yeah.
Like...
I honestly, I just... I don't know. I don't see it like...
I feel like if this was another company, like freaking Blizzard, for example, like, anytime they release something... 9 times out of 10, it's on the freaking day.
Yeah.
They say. And I don't know if that has to do with, like, just work ethic.
I don't either.
Or, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel like it kind of bugs me.
It really bugs me too, man. Yeah, and then too, I mean, a lot of games have actually had, like, pushed their release dates up. Like, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot pushed its release date up a whole month. So it's like, I don't understand why I don't know. It might be one of those Destiny things. Like, where if they would have just played the game, laser tag would never be a thing. If somebody just would have played it. So maybe they found some stuff. Maybe people are going through it, really getting into the actual gameplay, and then they're just like, hey, this is fucked up, let's debug it.
That's the only thing that I can think of. I mean, I guess Square Enix is really detail-oriented and perfectionists, so that may be a thing too.
But yeah, it would really suck ass to get this game and then be like, just be playing it and then just freaking
some kind of
frags out.
Game-breaking glitch.
Yeah, that would suck. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. And
I feel like we live in a world, though, that, like, patches are okay
always happening
to do.
Okay.
Like, people can understand if you release a game and something goes wrong, but then you patch it, like, within a week or a couple days.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
That makes sense. Yeah, I agree, man. But, so that's what's going on with that. There's a lot of really good games that are coming out, and there's a lot of good games that we've been playing recently. You were telling me about, what's the card game?
Oh, Slay the Spire.
Slay the Spire.
That came out...
I haven't played it yet, but...
Like, I think early last year sometime. But I just got reinvigorated with it from watching... like some YouTube videos of some people playing it. It came out on PC.
It's a 10 out of 10. Shit, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, it is so good. Initial release date was 2017. So it came out on PC a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. No, it's on the Switch, PS4.
But I played it when it came out on PS4, which was early last year.
Uh-huh.
And, it is so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm in love with that game.
Like,
there's a new character. There's a new character that is in development, and it's already out on the PC. Because there's 3 characters right now on PS4. And there's a new character on PC. So I'm waiting for that new character to be dropped on PS4, hopefully, soon.
That'd be cool, man.
But it's a great freaking game. If you love any kind of game that's like... I mean, it's a card game. And a lot of people that will put people... Or it'll put people off.
Yeah.
But if you actually see the gameplay and see what it's about, it's not your normal kind of card game.
Yeah.
Like, you start with, like, a deck of 10 cards, maybe. 10 or 11 cards. And then, as you progress through the levels, you get to add cards to your deck. And there's, like, a merchant in some places where you can buy cards or remove cards.
Cool. Yeah.
There's a bonfire where you rest and recover HP. Or you can smith, which means you can upgrade your cards. And then there's random events and relics, and it's so much fun. It's hard as hell sometimes, but it's a lot of fun. Every play that I've played through in that game has been different every time.
That's cool, man. I don't know, it's got 5 stars, 10 out of 10, freaking...
And it's an indie game. Like, it's an indie game. Mega Crit, they're known for their very well done indie games. It's phenomenal. Yeah, it's on sale on the PlayStation Store, I believe. I think it's on sale until, like, the 18th or something.
Yeah.
So, get that game.
Boom.
Slay the Spire.
And really quick, while we're also talking about games, before we get into another thing, so Redbox is getting out of the gaming. They're doing, like, streaming, but they just sold off all their games. So, like, I just got the Last Jedi, the game, and I got it for $24.
I mean, it makes absolute sense to me, because... For the most part, I'm wondering who's even using Redbox to rent games.
Dude, I'm guilty. I'm not gonna lie to you. I fucked myself, dude. I rented
like, I stopped renting games whenever video stores basically went away.
Right? Dude, well, what game is that? What game was that I just, like...
Death Stranding?
Death Stranding. There you go. I rented it because I was like, I don't really know, and I've had a lot of bad reviews on it. I was like, maybe I'm not going to buy this game. You know, $60. It's a lot for me to invest in a game that I might hate. So, I got it, rented it, and then I kept it for like fucking 20 days, which is like $60 anyways. And I'm like, literally, like... I was so close to beating that game. I was like on the final little trek. I'm like, dude, I can see the whole map. I'm almost done. And then it was like the last day of like a 3-day rental that I tacked on to all this other stuff. And I was like, if I don't just go in and do it, I'm not gonna beat this game. I can't do this. I can't unfinish something. And then my wife goes out and buys Death Stranding for me. She was like, just here you go. Here's the game. You've put too much money into this game by now. So I returned it to Redbox. It was a horrible story. Precautionary tale, people. But yeah, so Redbox is going out of the gaming industry. So if you are into games and you do want to find something, they've got a lot of Wii games still, or like Switch games. Like, I'm pretty sure Super Smash Bros. Is on there. You just got to go to a rural place and try to find it. Because, like, Spring Hill, nothing. Dixon, a lot of shit.
So they done sold all of them out?
Most of them, yeah. But like,
I wonder if they just let people buy them all, or if they went, like, sold them to, like, GameStop or something.
I don't know, but literally it was $24 for the new Star Wars game. So pretty fucking good deal.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like $59, and it was like on sale for like
less
$49.
than half price. That's crazy.
But alright, guys, and then speaking of video games, before we wrap the video games portion up, we just set up a Twitch account, okay? We've had it for a little bit, but we're actually deciding now to really start doing some shit with it. Just did our first stream, just a test run, see how it went, and I played the new Star Wars Last Jedi game. Pretty fun, and apparently the audio and everything turned out pretty good. So it's going to be something I'm going to be doing more. I think you're going to be doing it.
Yes.
So we're going
probably starting next month is when I'm going to do it, because I'm going to be moving soon.
Yeah.
But, yes.
The cool thing about this is, if you guys do end up going onto our page, finding us on there, and following us, it's going to be like a three-way, like, Twitch page. Because you'll be doing it on your own. Doing games like Slay the Spire,
yes,
Destiny, stuff like that. And then with me, I'll be playing a lot of action RPGs, different types of stuff like that. And then sometimes we'll get on here together, maybe get our girlfriends or wives to play some games. It's just going to be like a big thing, instead of it just being like one person like in front of their camera. It's going to be like
eventually
different stuff.
Eventually my goal is to start doing a bunch of like weird games, I guess. Like stuff that's not so popular. Mm-hmm. Because I think that there's a niche place for those.
I mean, shit, if you get on Twitch, like 90% of the time, the top streaming thing is Fortnite. Jesus Christ, how much Fortnite can you people get? Like, it's too much. It's too much Fortnite.
The only reason that's the case is because a lot of little kids go on here and watch Fortnite streamers.
Yeah, that's exactly the case. But, so yeah, it's...
And adults have too much to do than sit around and watch Twitch streams.
And then adults are like, y'all just get on Twitch, watch people play video games. Leave me the fuck alone. Mm-hmm. But if you guys do want to subscribe, it's twitch.tv/theheckpodcast. Super freaking easy. I'm going to show you guys this. Boop. That's our page. This is us. And I'm going to also, like, there's... Twitch is actually really easy to use. And the cool thing about it is there's a... I think it's called a producer studio or something like that. But you can go in from your previous streams just on the actual website. You can go into that and take clips, so you can start making clips and shit. Super fucking easy.
I did not know you could do that.
Super easy, dude. Like, I don't know exactly. Cool. I think you can do it just somewhere in this area, or you got to go over to this guy. Yeah, I think it's like right there. And then creator dashboard or video producer. I don't know. So one of those. Super fucking easy. And I think it's probably this one right here. Yeah, maybe it's that. I don't fucking know. Either way. But we're on Twitch, and so check us out on there, man. We're definitely going to... Like, this year, I want to do a lot more stuff. A lot more shit. We're already doing the weekly podcast, the, like, live streams.
We were going to do an ink sessions.
But yes. How did the video come out, dude?
I haven't seen it yet.
Checked?
I haven't checked it. But, I mean, for the most part, I know there's barely, like, maybe 2 minutes of footage altogether. Yeah. But the camera died. I don't know.
We've got all these GoPros. We'll bring something next time.
But I did get a good boomerang out of it.
Hell yeah.
Vegeta on the leg. So
yeah. We're going to... So, like, yeah. I guess
there's going to be more. There's going to be more of them dealing with Jared because he's
fucking awesome.
Super cool guy.
Yeah.
And
yes, and I don't even if you're not even from around here, Jared at freaking the Inquisition is amazing, man. He's worth traveling to come see if you're looking at getting a tattoo, and he's trying to specialize a lot more in the anime game type of tattooing. I mean, I think
he's good with just about anything you want. He's
very
really
well rounded too.
Yeah, very very good at portraits. Mm-hmm. I would say that's probably his specialty.
Yeah,
like some of the portraits I've seen have just been
insane,
phenomenal.
Yeah, they're really good. But so hopefully ink session still is this thing that we can do. Like I feel like the Vegeta leg tattoo, like it was just very rushed because like I had to like drive literally straight from work to Jared's. The camera was screwed up.
You forgot about it, right?
Yeah, until like the week before.
Like I didn't know about it until like the day before, I think. Maybe. Yeah. And so I had to find this camera and charge it up, and then like,
dude, it was a clusterfuck.
Cool. Yeah,
but it was fun. Dude, it turned into a 7.5 hour tattoo. It's the longest I've ever set for a tattoo, and it fucking sucked by the end of it. I mean, it's not in a very painful place, like in my calf or the front of my calf, I guess. But not painful starting out or anything like that. But dude, just after like 5 hours, it just shit.
After a certain point of time, getting a tattoo, no matter where you're getting it, after you hit about the 2.5 to 3 hour mark, you're starting to get really irritated.
Yeah, because it's literally, I mean, shit. If I just sit here doing this to this folder for 5 hours. I'd wear a hole through into the table, dude. Like, it was rough. And it's healing really well, too. So, I think Jared's going to post something on his Instagram soon. We'll put a link to his Instagram in the description whenever I get around to putting the description up to the video. But, he's definitely worth the trip out there. And check his stuff out on Instagram. He's fucking awesome, dude. And I think, Chris, you said you're going to get some from him sometime soon?
Yes, definitely.
And then my brother Nick's going to get a Goku tattoo. And then I know a couple other people that are getting some stuff. So hopefully ink sessions this year is still something that we do. It's just something that maybe it didn't work on this tattoo experience.
Malfunctions.
Yeah.
Camera. I mean, it's the story of
our freaking life, man.
It's always something. Either microphone, camera, battery, card, some shit.
Something. You never know, man. All right, but here we go, guys. now that we're on UFC, this is probably going to take a little while because there's so much shit going on right now with the UFC. It's freaking nuts.
And I fucking love it. This year for the UFC is going to be one of the best years they've had in a while.
I think so too. So, starting out, this Saturday, I believe we're doing a live stream. Conor versus Donald Cerrone.
Look at the fights here, like the win-loss ratio.
Yeah, and I don't know if it will show us like height and all that stuff. Yeah, all right, cool. So Donald Cerrone, 36, he's 6'1", and their weight is kind of not right here. Like Donald has to cut a lot to get to 155.
No, that's not even the right weight. They're fighting at 170.
No, I know, but I'm just saying Donald he cuts to get to that, but he cuts a lot. Like he doesn't look healthy at 155. Mm-hmm. And his reach is 73 inches. But with Conor...
Look, it's that weird scenario where Cerrone is taller, but his reach is shorter.
Yeah, exactly. But and that happens a lot because he's got really narrow shoulders, but...
The dumbest part about reach, and Joe Rogan has talked about this, is they don't incorporate leg.
Yeah.
And Donald Cerrone, his legs are long.
He's got huge legs, dude.
They're long, so...
So that's one big thing. I mean, like, age is not going to be an issue here. A lot of people want to say, like, oh, Cerrone's getting past his prime. Dude, he has whooped some young kids' asses last year, okay?
I would say
a badass.
Cerrone reached his prime last year.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. Because, like, who did he fight? Who was that last fight that he had?
He had a couple of stumbles, but... The Tony Ferguson was a random fluke.
Yes. I mean, he was still in that fight until he blew his nose, man.
He was still in it. Ferguson was whipping his ass.
Yeah.
But he was still in it.
Yes.
And he just blew his nose and it fucked up his eye.
Blew the fight. But either way, Conor McGregor, I mean, he's definitely not coming off any kind of high note right now. He's lost to the last 3 fights that he's had, right? Last 2. He's coming off 2 losses.
Kind of. Like
Mayweather, if you could count that, which was a money fight, and I'm pretty sure some people got paid.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, if you really want to, like, talk about the Mayweather fight, I mean, people will bash Conor all the time, but he freaking stuck to his word.
He did.
He went in there against one of the best boxers that has ever lived.
Yeah.
As far as, like, dodging, not taking damage, and being a, like, phenomenal boxer.
Yeah.
Boxer. Not fighter. Boxer. He knew how to work the game.
Yeah.
When there's
completely different.
Whenever there's a point-based system and like that in boxing, it's not a fight. It's just a sport.
You know what I would like to see?
And Conor went 7 rounds?
Yeah. 8
rounds with him?
I think it was 7, but I don't
Never
I'm
boxed.
Thinking now, like, as to why they stopped the fight, it's just because he was getting tired. It was like
it had nothing to do with
him being
tripped up
a few times. Yeah. But, I mean, he went against the greatest possibly to do it in that weight division for sure and did
held his own.
Good. He won a few rounds.
Held his own.
But either way, and I'm not saying anything bad about Conor, I'm just saying he's coming off of those losses.
Yeah, and then the Khabib fight, which when he fought Khabib, he was on it was a 2-year layoff.
And he was fucking drinking a shitload. Like, did you hear about his actual training camp?
Yeah.
Drinking a shitload, would disappear like 3 days at a time, just partying.
Recently, he did an interview where he said,
dude,
I don't make excuses for myself, but he said that training camp was horrendous.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. And honestly, you can kind of look at their previous 2 losses in the same regard. Like Donald Cerrone, fluke. He blew his fucking nose against Tony Ferguson. He was losing that fight anyways. Just kind of like you might look at Conor fighting Floyd Mayweather. I'm pretty sure somebody got fucking paid.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure a lot of money was exchanged. Yes.
But on top of that, beyond just like somebody getting paid, I feel like, I don't know, they've got like a questionable loss. One, and then an actual definitive loss. So I'm excited to see that fight. And my predictions, I'm going to go on and throw it out there right now. I've got 2. Okay? Well, really quick. Layla says Cowboy would have had a better record if he didn't fight so damn often. He doesn't give himself time to recover. That's a good point.
That's very true. But here's the thing also. It's up to his coaches to step in and say, dude, don't do this.
Just chill for a moment. Yeah.
They let him do what he wants, and it ends up getting himself hurt. Because sometimes you have people out there that they don't necessarily know their limits.
Yeah.
And as a coach, you're kind of supposed to reel in your fighter a little bit if you know that they're going to take a loss from this fight.
Well, dude, Cerrone actually, I just watched the video that he did. He just did an interview on ESPN MMA or whatever, but so he was talking about it. He said that his coaches don't ski uphill, or they don't ice skate uphill. And he was pretty much, what he was saying by that is, they were asking him, are you going to take Conor down in the fight? Because obviously that's where you've got a stronghold. And he was like, no, fuck it. I'm going to stand and bang with him. He was like, what's the point of fighting him? I want to actually fight him. He's a striker. I want to be a striker. Can I take that left hand? Can he take my kick? Can he do that? Like, so that's what he was saying. And he was like, the guy was like, your coaches obviously don't want to hear that. And he was like, yeah, but they don't skate uphill. He was like, they know that it's a losing battle. If you tell me to take him to the ground, it's a safer bet. He was like, they know it's just an argument. They're not going to win. So I feel like that's how he is even with his fights.
See, that's another, I love that aspect about Cerrone. I love that he takes fights. I love that he fights whoever. It doesn't matter. I love everything about him.
Yeah.
But as far as from a winning standpoint, sometimes you need to not do that if you actually want to win.
Yeah.
It doesn't make him look like a pussy.
No, exactly.
He just needs to recover.
I feel like after this fight, I know Conor would want something different, but Donald Cerrone needs to go for the BMF belt because, dude, he is a bad motherfucker. And he owns the BMF ranch. How do you own that before the belt was even a thing? He owned a freaking ranch that's a training camp for freaking MMA fighters. He needs the BMF belt. He at least needs to challenge it.
I feel like he does, but
it's a bad matchup for that fight. I feel like, especially with
Jorge Masvidal would kill him.
Jorge's just a quick starter.
Kill him. He already killed him. They fought before, he massacred him.
Yeah,
because Donald Cerrone's Achilles heel is technical striking. If you're a good technical boxer,
which is where Conor comes in and makes it very interesting, dude. But I don't know, man. I feel like there's so much stuff going on with that fight. Like,
you're gonna give your predictions.
My predictions. Okay, here we go. I feel like Conor's gonna knock him out in the first round. That's my thoughts. But if Cowboy was to win, my thoughts are it's gonna be by the second round, and he's gonna catch Conor coming in with this classic 1-2. Whenever he goes in for that left, Cowboy's gonna kick him right across the fucking face. With left.
I forgot, is Cerrone a southpaw as well?
I'll have to look.
I can't remember.
But I don't remember.
I want to say that he is, but I really don't know.
If his left foot is a lead, like...
Because that's going to be weird, because Conor McGregor's a southpaw.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think, like, whenever Conor goes in with that right, and then comes across with a lead left, I think he's going to drop his guard just enough. Like, if you go back and watch his training videos, he's doing this a ton. He keeps doing it. And, like, a lot of boxing, they'll teach you to bring that hand back up. As soon as you release it, bring it back up. And Conor has a tendency of doing this.
Yeah,
keeping his hand down.
But in his new training, he's keeping that hand up.
So even after the jab coming back in, he's bringing it back. So maybe he's
keeping his hand
shit,
right
dude.
here when he's doing everything.
Yeah, he's going to have to, man. He has to, because... his training camp's not stupid, so obviously they have to be like, dude, he's gonna try for that kick. But that's what I'd see happening just from muscle memory. It would be hard to unlearn that. You know what I mean?
Has one of the best switch kicks in the UFC. I don't think I've ever seen a better switch kick in the UFC, especially with knockout power. I mean, he knocked out Matt Brown with that switch kick, the Immortal.
Yeah,
knocked him out hard,
dude.
So. I mean,
I think it's a great fight for the UFC, man. I'm really excited about it.
I agree with your. That's my prediction.
First round knockout.
I've seen I've had this vision in my head of McGregor knocking him out in the first round.
Yeah,
because this McGregor that I've seen in training and interviews, it's like
it gets me excited for old Conor.
He's back. I feel like he's back. So
I even watched the interview with his head coach. Talking about, like, why he went back and why he started coaching him again and stuff. And he was like, he just pretty much apologized for everything, like, the way that he had handled the last ones. And he came out and he changed. He was like, he's a better person now.
I feel like it's just one of those classic things. He got so much money so quick, and things just started happening, and it just kind of
he was making good money in the UFC before he left, but then he made that freaking Floyd Mayweather money and made actually, dude, the funny thing about that fight, and a lot of people call it Floyd Mayweather money, he actually sold more than Mayweather did. Conor McGregor sold more fights or more views and more stuff for that fight than Floyd Mayweather, which I think is fucking hilarious.
But yeah,
I feel like if Cerrone does end up, I mean, it might even be later. It might be the 3rd or 4th round with a head kick if he ends up winning with anything other than a decision, because Conor getting tired, dropping that hand, kick to the face.
Just from, if I view this as the best Conor McGregor shows up and the best Donald Cerrone shows up, I just don't ever see the best Donald Cerrone beating the best Conor McGregor in any aspect of the fight.
I don't either. But then that opens up what's next for him, man. And I don't think Jorge is the next guy. I think Justin Gaethje is the next for Conor.
I'd love to see that fight, but if this fight at welterweight goes super well for Conor, I'd love to see him stay at welterweight. Because he looks so good physically, in shape at this weight.
Layla just said that Cowboy is orthodox. They just Googled it, which is good because, honestly, I didn't know that. But I feel like
that just opens up the body kick for both of them.
Yeah.
Which is bad for Cerrone because he's weak in the gut.
Dude,
so
especially if Conor's actually doing some boxing.
Conor has a really, 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 really good spinning back kick.
He does, man.
So...
But yeah, that's going to be a very interesting fight. Who do you guys think is going to end up winning that fight? Drop it in the comments.
I got to look at the odds on that because if McGregor's down, I think that what happened was when they announced that it was at 170, McGregor went to underdog really quick, I think.
Shit. I didn't know that.
So, I don't know.
165 or something like that.
About to be throwing some money on that if that's the case.
No joke, dude. But, and then after that, you've got Holly Holm. I think that fight's going to be okay.
Raquel Pennington.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Pennington.
I really don't either, except for the fact that she looks like she's got a haircut from the dude from The Fifth Element. She looks like the bad guy from The Fifth Element.
Freaking, Bring me those stones.
Bring me those stones. Anthony Pettis is actually opening up the main event, which I think is good, man. I like Anthony Pettis a lot.
He's going back to lightweight.
Yeah.
That's good.
Not a bad call for him,
I like to see that. I like Anthony Pettis. He's had a skid, but his last fights were awesome.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Everybody he fought. Didn't he? He fought Tony Ferguson, didn't he? Fucking... Dude, I'm telling you right now, Tony is going to destroy Khabib. Mark my words.
Yeah, mark the words right now. Khabib is going down, and Ferguson is going to annihilate him.
Yes.
It's going to be death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah. Layla said that her heart says Cowboy, but her mind says Conor. I feel like a lot of people are saying that too.
Yeah, this fight is one of those fights where I love both of them so much that whoever wins, I'm going to be okay with it.
Yes.
But if I had to judge it, that's what I would say.
Yeah. Prelims, not a whole lot of stuff looking so great. I mean, Yusuf, how do you pronounce this dude's name?
Sadiq?
Yeah, he actually is pretty badass. He's a pretty good fighter.
Chas Kelly's pretty good.
Yeah. So there's going to be some good fights. I'd be surprised. A lot of the times, whenever you see a card that you're very unfamiliar with, a lot of the people, they're trying to show off.
Yeah,
so
really
shit's going to happen.
Go back to the main card really quick. There's a guy. Alexei Olenek. Look at how many fights he has.
Holy shit, dude. He's on 71 fights?
57, 13, and 1.
42.
Oh my god, he's 42?
Dude, that guy's bad news for somebody. He's got an 80-inch reach. Dude, that's going to be nuts.
Who is that? Who is Maurice Green? I've heard that name before.
I don't know. 8-3. I don't think I've ever... I've probably seen some of his fights. I'm not really sure, though.
Either way, that is a freaking massive record.
No joke, dude. That's insane. 71 fights. That's insane, dude. Well, I guess 71 professional MMA fights.
That's crazy.
Which you got people like Wonderboy, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, who's had 52, I think, professional kickboxing battles.
Yeah,
and he was 52-0.
No telling how many before that he had of the full contact karate style fighting.
How old was he doing all that stuff, I wonder? I mean, he had to be young.
Yeah.
And then after that, January 25th,
Whoa.
Curtis Blades Jr. Dos Anjos.
That's a good
That's going to be really good, dude. Rafael Dos Anjos
versus
Michael Chiesa. I love that dude. Josh Emmett.
He's back.
Josh Emmett's
getting his head blown off by freaking Jeremy Stevens.
He really did, and it was like, dude,
he was knocking people out.
He was, man. And the funny thing about that fight too is everybody was like, Josh Emmett's kicking his ass. Jeremy Stevens is gonna have to do something, and then Stevens just fucking.
I mean, there's a reason his nickname is Hands of Stone. Yeah, like you just can't count him out.
That's actually gonna be, pretty good.
Oh wow, Angela Hill. I haven't seen her in a while.
She fought, who's the last fight? I'm trying to think.
What the hell?
I have no clue. Darko? Dun, dun, dun. We used to have a band called Project Darko.
Oh, God. If you remember Project Darko and...
We'll send you a t-shirt.
Like, yeah. If you remember that band, I applaud you.
Dun, dun, dun.
That was a great time.
It was fun, man. We traveled a shitload. It was a lot of fun. Man,
I remember playing that one show at the Muse with God, what was the name of that band? They were on Metal Blade Records. The Destro.
Oh yeah.
And we it was us, the Destro, and I think one other band, and it was on like a Monday or something.
So it was probably just us playing to the bands?
There was only 2 people there, and they're these skinhead dudes with like leather vests and crap
dude
on.
Had he had a tattoo of a head on the back of his head.
Yeah. And those are the only 2 people that showed up for the show.
That shit was hilarious.
And they came out with like this tray of PBR.
Oh yeah. Like a whole case, pretty much.
That was our payment for the show.
I had the weirdest pay from the Muse ever, man. Like, PBR, we always got that. And then, like, this one time, and I've got one somewhere. It's not this one. I've got another cigar box somewhere in here. Got paid in a cigar box. Stuffed full of money. It was one of those good, like, weekend shows. We had a lot of people there. So, like, thing was stuffed full of cash. I get it all out to like count it and like divvy it up to people, and in the bottom there's a metal bar, like a metal little pole, and then a little white bag of powder. I was like, motherfucker. I was like, dude, hey. Yeah, I was like, I walked up to the promoter and I was like, hey, dude, like, thanks for the cash, but we're good on the coke. And he was like, you sure? You sure you don't want any? And he had like crazy eyes, and I was like, this all makes sense now. And he was like, you sure you don't want this coke? And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm good. I don't do drugs. And so I gave him the coke back, and I was like, man, fuck, I wish I could have just got like, I don't know how much that was worth of coke.
Shit, I wish that I would have been back then, and I would have like taken it and sold that shit somewhere.
You should have sold it to the other bands, man. But yeah, dude, it was hilarious. But
if y'all have ever seen these skulls on the podcast at any time, they're actual Nashville Metal Music Awards.
Yeah,
that we won in Project Darko.
Dude, it was a long time ago. It was a lot of fun, man. We played one of them's for most played gigs.
And then Best New Band 2008.
Yes,
2008.
That's some crazy shit, man.
That's a long 12 years ago.
Dude, and the weird thing about that is, so like right after that, right? As soon as that was done, I think that was in like December of that year or whatever, that those awards happened or whatever. But then right after that, I think like 3 months later, me and Nick started Bradbury because the whole band just like, they're like, dude, we're fucking done. 200 and some odd shows. This is way too fucking many shows. Fuck this. And they're just out. And like, dude, but
that's what got it. That's what got our name out there.
Yeah, just
playing all of those
destroyed.
Shows.
Yeah.
Like, that's what got the name out there.
We had so many people that would be like, oh, yeah, I've heard about you, and blah, blah, blah. Like,
a lot of hard work and dedication goes into that. If
dude,
you've never been in a band and played shows and, like, carried your gear around and all that shit, I mean, it's tough.
It really is, dude. So, like, I don't know. Maybe that's just where I get, like, work ethic and stuff from. It's just, like, continuously, just, like, whenever we weren't playing shows, we were playing music. If we weren't playing music, I'm, like, on MySpace at the time and like promoting shit, trying to
a lot of our fame came from MySpace too. Yeah, it was very easy to promote your band on that.
Yeah, it really was, man. There's like music players and stuff like that. Wow, what the fuck happened? MySpace, Tom, you fucked us.
Right?
You really fucked us. You left.
You were never my friend.
I know, never, dude. What? Like he sold us out to freaking what? Zuckerberg? You fuckhead. You really ruined it, man. You really ruined it all.
But yeah, like putting your art out there and like getting shit on a lot.
Yeah,
and like
it'll happen a lot.
You put your blood, sweat, and tears into this stuff, and it gives you thick skin. It really does.
I know. Like now, I try to there's a lot of bands, and that's why we still do it. I haven't done one in a while, but Inks are the Hex sessions, like where we do music and stuff like that. I want to start doing more of it, but dude, like I love helping bands out any way I can. I think I just recently got a band set up with like t-shirt company. And I think they're going to be doing their shirts for their record release, which Ben Pepperall, freaking love that dude's music. Awesome guy.
Very unique style, very unique sound, and that's what we need in this world today.
Yeah, man. So, like, I don't know. I agree with you, man. We got shit on so much, and it's also probably because we were, like,
and we didn't care.
Out of our element. Yeah, we were just like, whatever,
we didn't
dude.
care.
You know, like,
I mean, fuck it. If you didn't like the music, then don't listen to it.
Yeah.
We just kept doing what we wanted to do. Mm-hmm. That's how you need to be.
Dude, I saw this thing the other day that was talking about, like haters on the internet and stuff. It's pretty much like, if you don't like what they're saying, just don't be there or whatever. And it's like, people that get on like Twitter feeds and like YouTube videos and stuff and start talking shit, it's kind of like you going up and knocking on some stranger door's fucking front door, wait until they get there and then be like, I don't want to talk to you, and then just run off. Like, what's the fucking point?
Exactly.
You literally just like, you went out of your way to go talk shit to somebody that's doing something totally different.
If people weren't sitting in the safety of their own home or wherever they're at writing this bullshit, then they would never say it to your face. Ever.
Yeah, and I've learned one thing too throughout my life is people don't often punch up or punch down. So like, obviously, if they're talking shit about your whatever you're doing, like if you're out there making music or if you're out there doing a podcast or you're out there fucking streaming videos and stuff, anything that you're out there doing, if somebody is talking shit about it, it's most of the time because they're jealous or they're just mad that you're succeeding and they're doing nothing with their life.
Yeah, something they're mad like because, you know, you're doing something that you love and they can't comprehend your ability to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I fully, whenever you start getting people talking shit to you, you're getting somewhere. And keep it the fuck up. Because that's the best thing. You could take your time and just go respond to everybody that's talking shit and be like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, or whatever you want to say, but at the end of the day, you succeeding is going to piss them off more than anything you could possibly say back to them.
Yeah, and 9 times out of 10, you're never going to change anybody's mind. Mm-hmm. So once they've made that decision that they fully hate everything that you're doing, then let them hate it.
Dude.
And let the people who want to see your stuff and who like you respond to them. Respond to your fans.
Yes.
You know? Because that's really what's going to keep everything rolling in your life.
Yeah. Now, really quick, I do want to go through here and just talk about some stuff that's going to be happening in the UFC. I don't really want to get into too much like what's on the undercard stuff, but February 8th, Jon Jones, Dominic Reyes. And I feel like if anybody had what it takes to take Jon Jones down, Dominic Reyes probably might be that person. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna win.
I mean, it's
every fucking time I'm like, he can do it.
Every time Jon Jones fights somebody new,
everybody's like, he can fucking win.
I think everyone out there, even if you like Jon Jones, you still have this little part of you that wants him to lose.
Yeah, it's like it's a catch 2020, man. Like on this, if Dominic Reyes does beat Jon Jones, good, because then we'll be like, somebody took him down. Somebody took down Jon Jones. But at the same time, you think Dominic Reyes is going to be as good of a champion as Jon Jones?
Personally,
big of a draw?
I don't believe that Dominic Reyes is going to come close to beating Jon Jones.
I think Thiago Santos,
yeah.
He's the only guy. Bring that dude back. Let him rematch Jon Jones, and he's going to fuck Jon Jones up.
I think that Jon Jones said he would fight him again.
He should.
Whenever he recovers.
But I will say this, too. I think Jon Jones knows what he did wrong in that fight, too. Like me and you had talked about before, I feel like Jon Jones should probably try to use his ground game some more because he really got the shit kicked out of him.
And honestly, it wasn't necessarily what he did wrong. He did what he wanted to do.
He just didn't do the... Yeah, like
he didn't want
wrestling.
To... Yeah, he let... Jon Jones is the classic example of a fighter who wants to beat his opponent at their own game.
Yes.
In every aspect of their... fighting capability. He wants to beat them at what they're best at.
Which I think that's the definition of a good mixed martial artist. Like
I think
if you were just a martial artist, you're just a kickboxer, you're going to want to like use your technique to beat their technique. A mixed martial artist will take the different form of martial arts and try to master it enough to beat the other person.
Really, I applaud Jon Jones for that, what do you call it, philosophy. Because it shows his true caliber as a fighter.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going in there just to eke out a victory so he can keep the belt. He's going in there to smash them and to demoralize them and to make himself look like the better champion.
Also on that same card is going to be Valentina Shevchenko,
which she's in my opinion, she is one of the greatest women fighters.
Yeah,
out there.
For sure, dude. She's a monster. She's freaking amazing. I love that chick. I hope she gets...
her last head kick, I thought she killed the chick.
Yeah, Jessica Eye, she fucking flatlined that girl for a good while, man.
Shevchenko
that was a beautiful fight.
No joke, and yeah, I really like her as a fighter.
Derek Lewis is going to be on that card as well, too.
Oh, dang. Iri Latifi.
There you go. But yeah, it's going to be pretty good.
Look at Jon Jones' record. I mean, that's like that loss is a disqualification.
So yeah, I mean, if you look
when
at it,
he fought Matt Hamill, you remember that Matt the Hammer Hamill?
He was awesome.
It was a 12-6 elbow, and they stopped the fight and DQ'd him. That's his only loss, and I don't even think it should be on his record.
It should be a no contest, maybe.
So technically, he has never lost a fight.
That is pretty nuts, man. But you got that. I think that's going to be pretty good. Corey Anderson, which I feel like for sure needs to get to face Jon Jones next.
That's a good ass fight.
Corey Anderson, I feel like
right there. That's two of the top two light heavyweights there.
So there's going to be a lot of really good fights coming up, man. A lot of good fights coming up.
Because Jan, he just beat somebody really big. But I can't remember. And then Corey Anderson is the guy that just...
Success, what's up?
That just knocked out...
fuck, who did you fight last?
It's the...
Johnny Walker. Yeah. Well, yeah, man. I mean, Corey Anderson, I can't remember what kind of fight streak he's on right now. I think it's like an 8-fight win streak, dude. He's on a really good win streak.
Those two guys are next in line.
Yes.
Whoever wins that fight, I'd say, is next in line.
I agree. I think whoever wins that fight, either that or Thiago Santos.
I feel like he better stay out. I feel like he better stay out until
his legs up so good.
Fully healed.
Yeah.
He needs people praying over him in every religion that you can imagine.
Yeah.
All the time, like 24/7 until he's better.
Paul Felder's coming back to fight Dan Hooker. Isn't that the guy that called him out?
I think so.
Yes, Felder.
That's gonna be a good
that shit
fight.
Is awesome.
I love Paul Felder.
Did you watch the interview where I'm pretty sure it was Dan Hooker called him out? Did you watch that? Like Paul Felder is sitting there interviewing him, knowing like what weight class the guy's in. He's like a competitor, so he's like, "Is there anybody you'd like to call out?" And he's like, "Well, I think I've got myself a good, what is he, like a lightweight?" He's like, "I'm pretty sure I've got a good lightweight opponent right across from me." And he's like, "I've been waiting for so long for someone to call me out. Let's do this."
Hell yeah. So, I love Paul Felder.
Yeah, me too.
He's with freaking Duke Rufus.
Yeah, which Duke Rufus is such a freaking good.
I mean, I watched a lot of Duke Rufus training whenever he was training Paul Felder, like when he first got to the camp. Yeah, and he was training this weird knock their arms out of the way and step in straight elbow.
Oh, that's cool.
And in the next fight that Paul Felder had it was his first fight after he had been training with Duke Rufus. He beat the guy with that elbow.
Holy shit! Knocked him out, or like what happened?
It was
knocked
like
him down and
boom, and the dude stumbled.
Yeah,
stumbled, and then he finished him. And I was like, "Oh my god!"
Dan Hooker versus Paul Felder will be amazing. You're right, sexist.
Hell yeah,
it will be amazing. And then, all right, so continuing on down the line, the end of February, Joseph Benavidez.
We got the real flyweight champion here.
And this is actually for the belt, I believe. It's been relinquished. It's such bullshit, dude. Triple C is a coward. Okay?
He's a coward, and he's a hypocrite because he was trying to save the flyweight division for so long. Yeah. And then when Joseph Benavidez comes up knocking on his door, he's like, "Take the belt. I'm sorry."
Yeah. Didn't he lose to Joseph Benavidez?
Twice.
So boom, that guy will kick Henry Ceruto's dick through his teeth. Okay? He'll do it. Joseph Benavidez.
Henry Cejudo is running away from the true competitor at flyweight.
Because he knows he can't run anymore, man. Who else is going to fight at flyweight? Joseph Benavidez.
I do not like Henry Cejudo.
I don't either, dude.
I would take Kobe Covington any day over Henry Cejudo as a fighter.
But yeah, I think Joseph Benavidez is going to get that flyweight belt. And it sucks that he never had the opportunity to get it because Demetrius Johnson is just a motherfucking boss. And I'm pretty sure that Henry Cejudo, dude, swear, they paid him off, man.
They had to.
He was on his way out. And the UFC was probably like, look, we're not going to relinquish your contract with you holding our belt. How are we going to let one of our better fighters leave our organization and go somewhere else? Can't let one of our champs do it. You're going to have to let that belt go. That's what I think happened, dude. Because especially if you watch the first fight that they had, Henry Cejudo versus Demetrius Johnson back then.
Annihilated him. I just really believe that Cejudo is on a lot of steroids now.
I mean, he's too big for flyweight, though. He is not that likable, but still, he beat Demetrius. Damn it, sexist!
The only reason he's too big for flyweight is because of that fat head of his.
I know, man. Yeah, he can hardly get it through the octagon cage.
God dang.
But Meighan Anderson is also fighting on this. And, dude, I do not know where she got those 10 victories from, but the 10 losses have definitely been in the UFC octagon. I like the chick. But she's got to step it up, dude.
She really does.
Because she's just been getting smashed. They put her up against Holly Holm, and Holly Holm wrestled her. That should say something.
I mean, people are afraid of her striking. She's got good striking if she can just get it off.
Yeah.
Pull the trigger.
She won that one fight against Kat Zingano with the toe to the eye. And it was just because Kat was like, dude.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I guess if you get a toenail shoved into your eye with the full force of a kick.
Has had one of the weirdest UFC
really
careers.
Has, dude. Didn't she move? Has she gone somewhere else now? Bellator? Did she go there?
I feel like she is.
Yeah, because I know I saw her fight not too long ago. When I saw him and TJ side by side, Henry looked huge. He did look bigger. Yeah, I do agree with what you're saying.
It's steroids, I'm telling you. He started them. He started them right before he fought Demetrius Johnson the second time.
Dude, I feel like, damn it, man. I'm telling you. I don't even know how you justify it, man. Demetrius Johnson had that 13-fight win streak, right? He was 13 title fight win streaks. That's what it was. And I mean, how do you give that to decision to him?
I'm pretty sure
to Henry Cejudo.
Benavidez was the one that Demetrius Johnson put in that jumping armbar.
Yes, that was a beautiful freaking jumping armbar. I love that, man. And he's schooling people still. He is destroying people in 1FC. And the flyweight division is actually one of their better divisions in the 1FC. I mean,
yeah.
So
I just feel like, honestly, that if the UFC doesn't find some better fighters for their flyweight division, they're just all going to go to 1FC.
Yeah.
And I think I would be happy with that.
I just wish there was a better way to watch 1FC. Like, if somehow ESPN Plus hooked us up with some 1FC, I'd be cool with it. But they tried to go to TNT or TNN or something like that. I can't remember what it was. But they tried to go to that, but it was on at, 2 in the morning.
They do live.
No, you didn't get a lot of views. Nobody's a fucking wake.
What they need to do is stop doing live events.
Yeah.
And pre-record them.
And
let it play on a different time. Or do the live events and then replay it at a later time.
Yes. I mean, they already do that kind of with, or they used to with Fox. Fox used to do that. So it would play on, Fox Deportes or whatever, and then it would replay later on regular Fox Sports. But yeah, Meighan Anderson needs to get a win.
She needs to step it up. I think, honestly, this is just my opinion. I follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, me too.
And I feel like she's doing so much other shit than focusing on fights.
Yeah, she's modeling and all this stuff. I think that's her
problem. I mean, when it comes to fighting in the MMA world, you got to pick one or the other. You can't do it all.
Sexist, that's the best fucking idea I've ever heard in my life. He said, I wish there was a tournament that went champions versus champions on different MMA organizations. Who do you feel like would take the cake on heavyweight?
That's what boxing does.
Yeah, exactly. WBO and
they have different titles and people, and then they unify them and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree, man. So
Bellator sort of has been doing that.
The Grand Prix, I think it's really good.
Bellator versus Ryzen. Have you seen that?
I haven't watched it. No.
They take Bellator fighters and put them up against Ryzen fighters and they fight.
Dude,
like two
that's
different
awesome.
organizations. Bellator's already.
I don't see why they're not
ahead of the game.
They are, man. What's his name? Scott Coker?
They're ahead of the game doing these Grand Prix. Everybody
Amazing.
tunes in for that because they want to see it.
Yeah, exactly. The heavyweight Grand Prix was great. The welterweight Grand Prix was great. Like, they're doing a really good job.
You're not sitting here wondering who you're going to fight next in a Grand Prix.
I just feel like one thing is
you get to see all the fighters lined up, you know?
Yeah. Oh, he said also some organizations don't test as much from steroids. That is true, too. But I feel like, here's my thing, dude. Well, first of all,
steroids are getting so complex, though, that the tests are behind.
Well, like, USADA's test is like they're like, did you take something while you were in high school? Here it is. And you're like 40 now? There you go. There's a picogram in your pee-pee. Now you can't fight for like years. And fucking, dude, which, speaking of which, I know this is a different thing, but, Sean O'Malley. He got freaking another time he got fined. He can't fight for another 6 months because a picogram of whatever he tested positive for, which isn't even a enhancement.
It was something stupid.
Yes.
It didn't have any kind of performance enhancements about it.
The thing that sucks is they really just took the wind out of that kid because he was kicking ass.
It's so dumb.
The only interview ever from
he was
the
in
floor.
a rocket ship and they put a ceiling above him.
Yeah, they're like, dude, you're getting too good. Nobody likes you, Jufro. Get out of here.
But I will say,
son of a bitch, Sean O'Malley.
He's been doing grappling contests with legitimate other fighters that I've seen, and he's been winning.
Dude, that's cool.
So he's not just a striker.
Yeah, and he's not just sitting on his hands while he's under suspension.
He's doing it all right now.
But yeah, man, I agree. I think that if anybody could fight anybody, didn't matter what organization, didn't matter any of that stuff, there would be a lot better argument of like who's a better pound for pound fighter. I mean, a lot of people look at the UFC and they're like, that's the gold standard, which is true. Their promotion.
The biggest talk of organization versus organization was a little while ago when Michael Chandler and Khabib people were talking about that.
Yeah,
like who would win in that fight, because Michael Chandler is one of the greatest lightweights out there.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I agree, man. And I just feel like there's so many good fights that you could make if they did start opening up the gates like that. That would be insane. I mean, heavyweights. There's a lot of really good heavyweights out there.
I feel like eventually they will. Just because I feel like it's if Bellator or Scott Coker and Dana White could get into a room and talk with each other.
Do you think they've ever even talked to one another?
I don't know. I feel like they have to.
I don't know, man. I hope so, but I don't know.
It's just like the Pepsi CEO not talking to the Coke CEO.
How much was the ban for Sean O'Malley? It was an extra 6 months.
Really?
Yeah, on top of what already is going on. So it's just a continual 6 months. Sucks, man. I really want to see Sean O'Malley fight again.
He's just getting fucked.
He is.
It's so shitty.
I'm trying to find... There we go. Women's strawweight.
Dude, I got so much hot water on Instagram from a bunch of clowns commenting on my shit about what I said about Joanna.
Joanna versus, how do you pronounce her name? Wheelie Zhang? I don't know.
Something like that.
Something Zhang.
I'm just gonna say Zhang.
But she is the champ. She's a freaking boss. That chick is not going to stop for a while.
Like, I think it was MMA Junkie posted like a little video of Joanna talking about this fight.
Yeah.
And Joanna was being cocky as hell as usual. And she said she was going to show I'm going to show her my Polish power. And I was like, okay, so
what does this mean, Basil?
Basically, I was like, Joanna's kickboxing has not fully transferred well into MMA.
No,
and people like lit me up in the comments because they're just sucking on the teat.
Yep.
Of Joanna.
Like, I like Joanna and stuff, but I just feel like
they're like, she was fucking champ, and I'm like, just because you're the champ doesn't mean that you have a fully well-rounded skill set.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't saying anything about her being a certain caliber of fighter. I was just talking about her skill set in general, and I was saying Rose exposed her skill set.
Yes.
When they fought.
Very well.
You have a very well-rounded mixed martial artist in Rose, and you have a totally one-dimensional Muay Thai striker with Joanna.
Which, I don't know.
Volume, power.
Isn't Rose fighting again sometime?
Yeah, she's fighting Andrade again.
That's going to be fucking good.
I was so shocked when they announced that.
When is that? When is the fight?
It's a little ways off. I think it's in like April, maybe.
Oh, well, I don't want to get too
far anyways,
but there's so much stuff that's going on with
As far as Joanna goes, she was good when she first came in because the strawweight division was just invented.
Yeah, it wasn't really developed.
And the caliber of fighters that she was up against were like baseline.
Yeah.
Just now breaking into MMA. It was some of them that was their first like debut fights in the UFC.
Yeah.
And people were talking about how she was champion and defended her belt and all that stuff. I'm like, look, she fought like
She'd
a
been
bunch
doing
of
it, I guess, for a while, but
she had been kickboxing forever before she went to the UFC, and I was like, all these other fighters were I mean, those were their debuts.
She beat the karate hottie not too long ago. Wait, Thug Rose is returning. Yes, Thug Rose is returning, and she's fighting
Jessica Andrade. It's a rematch, and it's
going
to be a shutout.
Yeah,
Rose is going to light her up and finish what she started.
Yeah. It just depends on who comes to party, man. I feel like even if she comes off her game, she was still beating the shit out of Jessica, and then she just she should have let go of that arm, dude.
Obviously, Rose is not going to grapple this time at all.
Yeah, Rose was kicking her ass, dude, for 2 rounds, and then got slammed that last one, and I was like, damn it.
But going back to the Zhang fight, Zhang is a monster.
Yeah.
And I think that
class of that strawweight division has not seen it.
I put on that post, Zhang knockout first round.
Yeah.
And people were like acting like I was a clown and didn't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, look, if you have watched Zhang fight, she has fought outside
20-1, dude.
of the UFC. And people haven't seen those fights. If people saw what she did to Andrade, a tough broad like that, and she like lit her up and threw her around like a rag doll, Joanna has no chance, in my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. So there's going to be a lot of really good fights. Also, Robert Rodriguez is going to be fighting
Jared Cannonier. That's a good fight.
Yeah, that's going to be a good fight, too.
I got Whitaker on that one, though.
I like Whitaker a lot. I just feel like he kind of did a disservice to the middleweight division with all the injuries that he had. It's not like he could really help it, but he did hold up that division for a long time.
He did, but, I mean, he went up against one of the toughest guys in the division, and they had wars.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Whitaker is badass. I like him a lot, but that. I guess that would be my only qualm with him. Would just be like, dude, you gotta get on there and freaking, defend your title. Yeah. But there's gonna be a lot of really good stuff for the UFC. We are gonna be doing a live stream Saturday, so get on here. Make sure your notifications and shit are turned on, and holla at us.
Yeah, we're actually gonna try and do like this, like donation.
Oh yes, yeah, sure. What you got? What is this?
Old Trapper. It's my
Old Trapper.
Like, if I don't have any
Mean Jaw.
this is what I go to.
That's pretty good, man. It's got a good peppery flavor.
It's peppered. But we're gonna try and do like this,
like a PayPal donation button or something like that.
Yeah, for our live streams, because it costs a lot of money for us.
Yeah,
we pay out of pocket. So we're gonna try and put that up sometime. Maybe get anything that anybody can donate. Every bit of it's going towards paying for the UFC event. So
yeah, it's gonna be awesome, man. So we will have that up, and so
sometimes it'll get you.
Yeah,
you'll suck some pepper down there, and you're like, oh god.
But all right, man. You got anything you want to throw out there before we jump off the boat?
Well, there was talks going around the internet recently of like World War III.
Oh yeah.
So
if it does happen, what do you think's gonna happen? Go, Chris, go!
There's no such thing as World War III.
You don't think it will ever happen?
In my opinion.
I feel like...
I mean, unless for some off-chance reason, Russia wants to get involved.
Yeah.
And start doing some crazy shit, that's the only way that World War III will happen. But as far as Iran goes, like...
They're such a minuscule country in the grand scheme of things.
When it comes to power in nations, the only reason that they are still in talks is because the amount of crude oil that's over there in their country. That's the only reason. And that's the only thing that they have that keeps them up there, sort of.
Yeah, exactly. It's not because of their, like,
not saying anything bad about
like
the
that.
people or anything as far as, like, their economy or whatever. I'm just saying in the grand scheme of what
like
other
American
countries
world
would
powers
want
and
from
stuff.
them.
Yeah.
As far as, like, goods and services. It's their oil. They don't have any nuclear weapons. And there's not going to be a war.
Yeah, I don't see it a world war.
It will be the USA saying, look, shut up.
Yeah.
We have our nuclear missiles locked onto you. You're going to do what we say.
Yeah, and
there's no war involved.
Yeah.
It's just...
The thing is, too, like, so, like, with that leader that they took out from Iran, or, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the Soleimani guy or whatever.
Yeah.
The public assassination.
Dude, and the thing is, we killed that guy with a fucking drone. That's like a 15-hour flight from fucking New York to where they're at. Obviously, the drone was from their base there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But
yeah, they didn't just...
I'm just saying,
wasn't flying across the sea.
No, for sure. But the fact that we could send a fucking drone and kill, like, a very minimal amount of people to take out one fucking guy... That's insane, and I think that's sending a pretty clear picture to a lot of different people, like, hey, if we did ever get into a war with anybody, I mean, like, that's even probably for the United States president, like, for Trump, he's probably got to be like, dude, if we could do this to them, who couldn't do this to us? Like,
here's the thing.
Destruction, man.
Everybody on the internet and everybody in the world is blaming Trump for what happened. But Trump doesn't have the full ability to go in there and the full ability and knowledge of who to kill or who to assassinate to go in there and say, like, all right, we need to kill this guy because of this. Yeah. He's not a freaking...
It's not just
he's not he's not a general or a operational mastermind. He had all of these people talking to him and showing him surveillance footage and all of this stuff planned out by other people, and he just gave it the go-ahead.
He's like, yeah, let's take him out.
He wasn't the mastermind behind this operation.
And dude, like, all the media would have you believe, like, Trump, in the middle of the fucking night, woke up and pushed the button to kill this guy.
He's like, no, it's God, we gotta kill him. No.
Yeah, there's like intelligence agencies that had all this kind of intel, and they're like, hey, he was going to be on this plane to go meet with these people to go do some bad shit.
I mean...
What do you want to do about it?
Like, a lot of those spy movies that, we watch on, like 007 and... or any of those movies, a lot of that is probably very factual. Yeah, as far as like what goes on behind the scenes that nobody knows of, shadow operations and all of that, and that's sort of what happened, and it got brought to light because of how public it was. Yeah, and I think that was for a reason, though. They didn't. I mean, if they wanted to assassinate him under the radar and make it look like an accident, it totally could have been that way.
They could have done it, dude.
But the fact that it was public was for a specific reason.
Yeah, sending a message, man. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think that would cause World War III by any means. We've been in kind of some type of battles with them for a long time. I mean, what was it, Benghazi and stuff like that happened?
Yeah.
I mean...
And, like, for the most part, these days, in my opinion, with how much military power is out there and how many countries have so many soldiers and all this stuff, you don't win wars with firepower. Yeah. In today's world, you win them by economic starvation.
Yeah, or destabilizing their economy, fucking up people.
Right, and like once. Like, I mean, everybody saw it immediately. Once there's any kind of threatening from Iran, Trump was like,
y'all really want to go?
Saying, we're going to slam you with some sanctions, and you aren't going to be able to handle them. Yeah. It will destroy your economy. Yeah. And that's how you win a war. It's not by killing so many people or doing this or that, because more people are just going to rise up. Like, after that guy was assassinated, less than 24 hours... After he was killed, they already had somebody to take his place.
Yeah, and then, I mean, it's just like the whole thing with ISIS in the first place. Like, they were there because there's a vacuum of power that we created by taking out.
Right, and a lot of the weapons that ISIS used was provided by the U.S. military back in the day to fight someone else that was over there that they didn't want over there. Yeah. So the reason that ISIS has weapons is because they are armed by us to take care of someone else. It's the same thing that has happened all throughout history.
I just feel like it's all just like a huge, like... look over here type thing. My whole thing is this: what are you guys doing really with our tax money? That's my real fucking question. Where's it all going? Who's putting, like, I don't know who's tipping their money into.
That's the biggest problem with the way that America works, in my opinion. We are completely blind to the federal spending of our federal taxes.
Well, you've got like one of the wealthiest fucking states, probably one of like the wealthiest conglomerate of just people in California. There's just a shitload of really wealthy people. They also have the highest amount of homeless people, and they have no solution to that problem. There's literally just like shit on sidewalks and freaking old used needles, and they have no plans for how to fix that stuff. And instead they're all like, oh, look over here, this person's doing this really shitty thing over here. But they're like just pocketing all this cash that they're just taking in from people. Like, dude, it's fucked, man.
The really government sucks. It really is. Because instead of taking taxes out of the money that we earn working hard from our jobs and putting that money into our communities, it's going into people's pockets.
It's just keeping a lot of people silent, man.
Really
I think that's really what it is, dude. I fucking hate it. That's why I hate talking about politics, because it pisses me off, because it's like, there's nothing I can really even fucking do about it.
There's nothing that anybody can do at this point.
Yeah. I mean, like, dude...
Unless you're Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates, and you have the money and capability to do that, like, those guys could actually solve world hunger. Yeah. And still have millions of dollars. Yeah. But they choose not to.
I mean, you've got people like Elon Musk he's already got, what are they called? Gigaplants or something like that? Gigafactories? I can't remember what they're called, but it's like a huge solar factory, and then it stores like batteries in there, a lot of the lithium batteries that they produce. It's just a huge like power plant that they make. And he's talking about how you could solve the energy crisis over in China just from putting these factories in the middle parts, because he was like, you know, they are very highly populated, but a lot of it's in the coastal regions, and you could just put these gigafactories within the inner country, and there you go. There's all your fucking power. He was like, just a few of these would power like the entire cities. So I don't know, man.
But it's the fact that we have these mega conglomerates, big oil, big pharma, electrical companies. Yeah, all of them spend millions and millions of dollars to keep these ideas down. Yeah. I mean, if you look up the amount of money that Big Pharma has spent to keep marijuana illegal, it's wacky. Like, I'm talking hundreds of millions of dollars to keep this from becoming legal.
Yeah. And I can't remember, I think it was on the Joe Rogan podcast, but it was actually one of the guys that had been like cotton. That's where it all started with the whole marijuana thing, because they were trying to keep hemp from being a huge new cotton type.
So thing. He put out his own newspaper. Yeah. With hundreds of false claims about what marijuana does. Mm-hmm.
And it's still illegal to the day because of that shit.
So it had nothing to do with marijuana itself. It had everything to do with this guy wanted to keep his corporation and keep his money from cotton because he didn't want hemp getting somewhere.
One thing I never understood about the U.S. is why did they invade Iraq when I was 15 out of 19 terrorists from Saudi Arabia? Yeah. Dude, exactly. I don't know.
I wonder that. A part of me wonders it, but a part of me doesn't, because every bit of it was just a ploy to get crude oil. Yeah. Man. Every bit of it.
And I was watching this too. So before 9/11 happened, I think it was just a few days before 9/11 happened, the Pentagon released a thing saying that they lost, I think it was $1 trillion worth of receipts or something like that. They didn't know where $1 trillion had went. And then a few days later, the World Trade Centers were just hit, which pretty much housed a lot of the, I guess, paperwork. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. It smells fishy. Yeah. All of it, dude. I just don't know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, people are just fucked.
I can almost guarantee you.
Snap your fingers, Thanos. That's dude, what we're saying. Right? As long as we're all good, okay?
No, really, in my opinion, with this next election, we've got to get somebody in there that's just going to do a complete
overall of our
government. Complete different direction than everything right now.
I just want somebody to fuck up the government. That's pretty much my goal. So I don't know. For me, I feel like Trump's been doing that in a sense that he's at least, if nothing else, the very least, he's taken the mask off of media. And a lot of the news organizations that people are they're great. No, a lot of people are full of shit, and like, I'd say like 90% of news people are like, just like clickbaity now. You know, now especially because they're just like, well, fuck, we've got to.
Really, in my honest opinion, the only thing that is ever going to fix our country is if we can stop the war between blue and red. Yeah. Because nobody's ever going to accomplish anything. Mm-hmm. We've seen it firsthand. Yeah. That when Obama came in there, everything that he did was to undo everything that George Bush did. Yeah, exactly. And then when Trump got in there, he's like everything Obama did, he tried to undo. And
it's always like a pride thing too between the two people. It's like, dude, just fucking forget what. That's why, like, there's a chick. What's her name? She's from Hawaii. She's running for the Democratic. Tulsi Gabbard. I like her. She's like very reasonable, and she is a Democrat. But they were talking about like her running for an independent party possibly if she doesn't make it, which I don't think she's gonna obviously be the candidate. But like. The fact is, she will be like, oh, he was right on this. Oh, he was really stupid on this. And, like, with the whole impeachment thing, she was like, this is a huge fucking waste of time. Even if, like, what he did, she was like, we just need to get past this. And just focus on beating him in the next year because that's the real thing. It just makes them look weaker with it.
It's so annoying to me. Yeah. Because it puts the people in this country in this constant state of, we're never going to get anything fixed. Yeah. And everything stays fucked up because they won't let anything happen. Yeah. It's so annoying.
Layla, where are you from, if you don't mind me asking? Just like, are you from the U.S.? Are you from... I know, Sexus, you're from Rome, I believe. Is that right? Greece? I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, like...
Romania?
I don't know.
Transylvania?
Dude, really quick, to get off politics because they fucking suck and there's really nothing we can do about it. Right. It fucking blows.
We're never going to take a stance because it doesn't matter what stance you take.
Somebody's fucking wrong.
Everybody's fucking it up.
Yeah, and
the only stance that I want to take is what is the best thing for our country. That's what needs to happen.
Yes, I totally agree, dude. I mean, like, I don't know. It fucking sucks.
Marijuana is the best thing for our country. That's the stance that I'm taking. Yeah. Mark my words. Whoever legalizes marijuana is going to make America into the country
financially
that it should be. Because every single city that has legalized marijuana will be able to tax it, and all of that money will be able to go into everything that the city needs. Yeah. And you'll have... It's going to cause cops to be less irritable because they'll be getting paid more. Yeah. So you'll have less tickets being written because they don't need the money.
Shit that they're writing
tickets for. They won't need the money for their police squads or their salaries. Yeah. So they'll be writing less tickets. You'll have better educations because the teachers will be getting paid more. It's just a no-brainer to me.
Yeah. I don't know why they haven't done that yet.
It's really as far as like how much money it will pump into these things that need it.
But,
yeah. What were you going to say?
It was something off there. Oh, dude. Okay, here we go. Really quick. And two, this is completely against politics. So, really quick. Layla said she's a dual citizenship. She's got American and Canadian citizenship.
Oh, nice.
That's very cool.
Hell yeah.
But,
do you speak French?
Dun da da.
I feel like if you live in Canada, you have to speak French. Or at
least a little bit. Yeah. But dude, so you said Transylvania earlier, and I just finished up Dracula on Netflix.
Dude, I haven't watched it yet.
Don't fucking watch it.
Is it terrible?
It is such a disappointment, dude.
Oh god, I was so excited for it.
It's like you've been foreplaying for like an hour, and you're just like going, and it's just getting. You're like, it's gonna happen. This is gonna happen, and then her fucking parents walk in, and then she has to leave.
Oh, God.
And then there's, like, nothing else you can do, and you're just, like, you're just pissed off and have to go to sleep. That's exactly how it is.
I was so psyched for that show because it said the creators of Sherlock, and I absolutely loved Sherlock.
Let me throw this out there, okay? It's a good show until the fucking end. Okay. And then it ends worse than what I heard Game of Thrones ended, and I never watched it just because I was like, I don't really want to get into this. But, I don't know, man. Dracula, though. Damn. Man, I swear to God, it was so fucking bad.
I'm still going to watch it.
The show is good. The show is good. Just know that at the end of it. So the foreplay is awesome. But whenever it just... They're like, nope.
Chad,
Maybe she even punches you in the dick before you leave. So you've been foreplaying for an hour, then you just get dick punched, her parents come in and take her home. That's the ending of Dracula. So just be ready.
Okay.
It was an awesome show, though.
Shit.
Up until then. But, dude, I was watching it last night, and, like, Jody was going to sleep, so she says, and then I'm, like, sitting there, and I'm thinking Jody's really watching it, so, like, she's like, I gotta go to sleep. So, like, I'm watching the show, and then, like, the episode ended, and I was like, alright, cool. Next one. There is no next one. That's how it fucking ends. And then I was just pissed off, and I just went to sleep.
So.
Oh, it's so rough.
That's like so freaking, there's a show called Marco Polo. Did you ever watch it?
I didn't need to watch it, but I heard about it.
So freaking good. Like, I'm talking, it's one of the best television series I've ever seen in my life.
Hell yeah.
But the the amount of money that it was costing the show to Netflix was too much, so they canceled it.
Oh yeah, they've done that with so much.
And the last season ends on such a cliffhanger. And
I was like, hate when they do this shit, man. I think it
was so good.
It's so stupid too. Like, why do they allow things to get that attached to us? Like, why do they let us get so attached? You know? Just to pull the rug right from under us.
So good.
Like Daredevil.
I'm still mad about it.
Did you watch Daredevil?
Yeah, I watched all of them.
Daredevil was so fucking good. And it ended in a kind of closure-y way. But it was also like, it could be so good from here on out. But they were like, no, fuck y'all. We're done.
I loved the last season of Daredevil. It redeemed the second one, and it redeemed
everything. Yeah. I mean, it was so fucking good. I mean, it was a great ending, but they could have just kept on going, guys.
The triple fight between Kingpin, Bullseye, and Daredevil. Yeah. And they're all fighting. Yeah. Dude,
so good.
So good.
Fucking love that show.
God dang.
I know. I wish Disney Plus would just, like, put on their big boy pants and be like, Netflix, we're buying this. We're going to continue making this.
Fuck you, Disney Plus. I mean, I love that streaming site, but freaking take over the reins, man.
Yeah, well, I will say this for right now, okay? Disney Plus, like, with The Mandalorian, they had something. They were like, look, we don't have enough content to really compete with Netflix and other streaming services because we're limited to what, Disney, Star Wars, Marvel. Mm-hmm. So, like, they're limited to that. So they're like, let's put out, like, a weekly thing, The Mandalorian, and keep people coming back to it. Because if you binge-watched all the fucking Disney movies and you're an adult person, I mean, really, there's not, like, much that we could binge-watch that's really gonna, like, how many times can we rewatch That's So Raven? Or, like, fucking Boy Meets World? Like...
Dude, I have been watching the X-Men on there, though. Right? The old school X-Men.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's good stuff on there, but I'm just saying, like, they don't have the content to compete with Netflix. But, so they should. I feel like they should go back and be like, hey, let's revisit some of these shows that were on Netflix.
I think this year they're really going to, because I really want to get into the Marvel stuff they have planned, because a lot of the Marvel stuff they have planned... Yeah, it's gonna transfer into the movies coming out. Yeah, like the WandaVision with Scarlet Witch and Vision is gonna go right into
I heard it's supposed to be sitcom-y though.
Yeah, Doctor Strange 2 and the Multiverse of Madness.
That'd be cool.
Which bummer about that show? It just lost its director.
Ouch. That sucks.
Scott Derrickson guy. He did Sinister and a bunch of movies like that.
Oh, yeah.
And it was going to be more horror-oriented.
Wait. Hold on.
Doctor Strange 2 lost him.
That lost him? Mm-hmm. Fuck.
Because of creative differences. Damn so I can guarantee you.
He was going darker.
He was going darker, and they didn't like it.
He was like, wait, Sinister? So he was like, wait, let's put a guy that looks like a dude from Slipknot in there. Make him the bad guy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I am interested in that movie because what I'm hoping happens is there's a character from the Marvel Universe named Shuma Gorath. He was in Marvel vs. Capcom. He was like an octopus-looking guy with an eyeball and tentacles. Mm-hmm. He's one of the Eternals, I think, or something like that. He's kind of like an old guy.
I think they're going to bring the Eternals back.
And if like they bring him in as one of the bigger villains, he'll be one of the biggest villains they've ever brought in.
That'd be awesome, dude.
So I hope that that's where they're going with it, but I don't know. Honestly, if I had it my way, it would be Doctor Doom.
Dude, yeah.
Because most people
in all the times they've ever had
with all of the Fantastic Four movies that have been out, everybody thinks that Doctor Doom is a pussy.
He really turned out to be one in all the movies.
If you look at the comics, he is one of the deadliest villains sort of anti-hero at times.
Yeah.
That the Marvel Universe has. Like, his ability to manipulate the sorcery. What Doctor Strange commented and said, he could be greater than me.
Oh, damn.
If he
like,
keeps studying.
Yeah.
So
much
like,
good stuff,
I mean,
dude.
he was a sorcerer. He was a genius scientist. He had his own island, like his own country.
Yeah.
Like,
Dr.
he
Doom.
wielded the Infinity Gauntlet at one point.
Really? Dr. Doom did? Huh.
So, he would be the villain that I would pick.
I don't know if it's like almost too late in their thing. They're like, all right, let's put Thanos in there. But like,
It could be, but with them bringing Fantastic Four in...
Are they actually going to do that? Are they redoing a movie or what?
I think it's going to be a redo because...
Shit. Third time's the charm, dude.
Well, like, before it was all like Sony.
Yeah.
So, they have the rights now to... Or Fox, I think. Fox did it.
Can't remember.
And whenever they bought Fox, they had the rights to Fantastic Four now, so they're going to do it.
Kevin Feige, is he going to be a guy over it?
Probably.
Yeah, that'd be cool then. Hopefully they do it good, because I did like the Fantastic Four. Love Silver Surfer back in the day, too. Like, he was pretty legit. Maybe it's very dated. I don't know how it will work now, but, like, he was pretty cool. And fucking Galactus, was that his name?
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would have done a better job with him, because in that movie, all they did was, like, a cloud. I was like, I absolutely hate your directive decision on this. I wish you would die.
But then, on another note, the Morbius trailer just came out.
Yeah, I haven't got to see it yet, but is it good?
I mean, whenever they announced Jared Leto as Morbius, I was like...
Hopefully this is his redemption from Joker. Hopefully that's, like, his redemption. So, I don't know.
People give him too much crap for that.
I didn't like it, man.
I didn't like it either, personally, but that was the direction that the studio wanted.
Yeah.
So, you're getting directed by a director. So
it wasn't his personal fault.
It wasn't necessarily his fault that he had to act this way. This is what they wanted for the movie, and that was that was like the theme of the movie.
Yeah.
So he had to be this way, and it turned him into a putz.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
I think for this role, he's going to dominate.
I hope so, man. It looks dark from what I've seen. I've just seen pictures.
Yeah, and freaking Vulture is in it.
Oh, nice.
Like, there's a cameo from freaking, what's his name? Michael Keaton. You know,
Michael Keaton is
the one that played Vulture in Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
He's in it.
Oh, okay.
Like, there's a cameo of him in the trailer. So I'm like, are they trying to do Sinister Six?
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Dun, 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 dun.
What they should have done forever ago.
You sons of bitches. But hell yeah, man. There's gonna be a lot of good stuff on the horizon with movies and TV shows.
Everything's looking good for 2020.
2020 is gonna be the year, people.
This is the year. This is the year that everything happens.
All right. Really good last question here. Layla said, do you guys think Joaquin Phoenix or Heath Ledger did a better job as Joker? And I don't like comparing Jokers because every Joker has a different cinematic world that he was in. It's almost like apples to oranges type things.
The Jack Nicholson Joker was perfect and specific for that Tim Burton film.
Yeah.
I mean, Jack Nicholson dominated that role. Heath Ledger, just amazing representation of the Joker. It's hard to beat that representation. Joaquin Phoenix, I mean, it was
flawlessly did that one.
Like, there's different versions of the Joker, and each one of those is the perfect version of that Joker to me. It's hard to compare them.
It's almost like, which one do you like more? It's really the question.
Yeah, it's just a personal opinion of who you like more.
Heath Ledger's.
I love Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah. I just feel
then again, I loved the Joker movie.
I loved that movie too. That was probably, like, for sure one of my favorite movies from last year. But dude, just the thing that, like, I guess Heath Ledger brought a lot of, like, Joaquin Phoenix, the movie was really good. Standalone, even if it wasn't a Joker film, it's just a really good film. But I feel like Heath Ledger as the Joker just really fully was like, you knew who he was for sure. He was the Joker. And then on top of that, he really just brought, like, he fully, I don't know, he brought a lot more.
He put a more badass representation on the Joker.
And there were funny moments. There was like
because
that was flawless.
Like, he killed people. He pulled out bazookas. Like, it was like machine gun, shotgun, then a bazooka. You know, and like he
blowing up buildings with switches.
Beat up Batman. Yeah, like with a pipe and stuff. Like, And then
stab a dude with a pencil.
Yeah, like it's hard. I can't really say. Like, I would probably have to say Heath Ledger just because. I mean, it's so iconic.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I feel like I guess Heath Ledger, but also like Joaquin Phoenix just dominated.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people don't give enough credit to Jack Nicholson because it's been such a long time ago.
Yeah,
but like, go back and watch that movie and pay attention to Jack Nicholson throughout the film, and you'll see how high caliber of an actor he really is.
Yeah, I mean, he's fucking amazing in that movie.
Like,
especially for the style that it was, like you were saying.
Right,
it's definitely like.
I watched Anger Management like a couple weekends ago,
dude.
And you don't realize how good of an actor he is until you watch movies where he plays different roles.
Yeah.
And in this movie, everything that he did was perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
he's so good, man.
They had close-ups in that film where they would show their and I think that's what made that movie so funny, because there would be moments where it would like zoom in on their face.
And watch it, dude.
But he did the part where they're in the car and he's singing.
Yeah.
And he's like, la la la. And his eyebrows do this weird thing. And he's like, he just does it so perfectly. Yeah. And I'm like, whenever you're a director and you see something like that, you're like, he nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed.
Done. And that probably might have just been ad-lib too, man.
Right. Yeah. He just absolutely nails it.
Hell yeah. But alright, man. Well, we will be back next week, but before that, we will be doing a live stream this Saturday of the Conor Cowboy fight. So, you guys drop your predictions in the comments below. Like the video if you are so inclined to doing, and if you're new to our channel, subscribe. That would be the shits.
Yes.
Also, if you're on like Facebook, share or post. That would be awesome. We're on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/thehackpodcast. And you got anything?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I mean, I know it's a little late, but it's still the new year. Come on, it's going to be the new year all year.
Yeah, I know.
So,
yeah. I haven't seen y'all since last year. But alright, guys. Y'all be good. Be safe out there and be cool to each other.
Party on.